Good evening and welcome to round 8 of the L2S Racing League. It's tier 2, it's 7:04 and we are live at Monza. Standard process and procedure, 18-minute qualifying, 50% race. Really looking forward to seeing how this pans out tonight, and yeah, we've got a little surprise for all you viewers in today's race that definitely be going through a bit more later on. So yeah, as we wait for the first few drivers to make their way out, I'll be back soon as we've got someone on a flying lap. Not yet. As we've got the first few drivers starting their flying lap, who are on board with BMC, exit Parabolica. Getting the laptop set up and everything. Makes its way through and into the second chicane, braking at the 100-meter board, slightly missing the apex of that. It's able to still carry good speed through into the first Lesmo. Decent. Lesmo 2, let's see his exit, all important exit, which was good. A little bit tentative from BMC there, going through Parabolica. And he's the first driver to set a lap, and that's 120.1. Got David DeJour just sliding his way out through Ascari. Ray with a mega lap of a 1:18.7. He's been good all season in qualifying. Let's see if David DeJour is able to put a marker on that. 1:19.3. Callum's put in a 1:19.7, so the lap times are coming in thick and fast. All the runners so far are running the softs. It's only GT Fanatic who's yet to set a lap He's decided to go on the mediums so far, which I think is important. Start of the race, you want to have as much purchase as you can in fear of being swamped. You can see that. So tonight, as we've got this little lull in qualifying as everyone set their laps and looking to head back to the pits, I've got our resident videographer, also one of our administrators, and now my data analyst for the evening. We've got Slayer, who's put us in touch with a software, a website where it can track a lot of the data that we're seeing, and quite a word in my ear is BMC overfueled his car. That could have definitely contributed to what is a very, very tight midfield here. There's definitely going to be some time there for him to find. Let's get onto this. So much data. We'll definitely be going through what we have at our fingertips throughout the rest of the race and over the coming weeks. It's definitely going to be too much information for one race. Yep, Eskimo looks like he's either retired or DNF, or I'd say DNF, like either retired in the pits or here it is. It was a DNF for King Eskimo. That's unfortunate for him. Managed to put in a lap. Currently sitting him in P11. Let's hope he can stay. You'd be hoping he can stay there. BMC starting his second hot lap. Good exit from out of the first chicane. Now looking to get his braking point. 100-meter board just after that. Slightly misses the apex. They could definitely take a lot more curve. It's decent enough. 50-meter board. Lesmo 1. Definitely a lot better that was. Going into Lesmo 2, just throw the car into it. Definitely was carrying a lot more speed there. He's a lot more aggressive on this run. Plummets down to Ascari, probably the most difficult section of the track yet. He's almost 6/10 up on his PB. That would definitely bring him into contention to the upper ends of the top 5, top 6. Using definitely a lot more road out of Parabolica. And that is a 119.5. Yep, P5. Mogi's half a second up on his PB. Really good Ascari there from him. The setup definitely looks planted. Wanting to take as much slipstream as possible. Probably feel he could carried a little bit more speed through Parabolica. That takes him up to P9. Yeah, so our provisional pole man currently 0.31 up on his current PB. Oh, Squirrely coming out of Lesmo too. He managed to keep that. Amongst all that, Simbi didn't realise only it's only about 100 down on him, so he's gonna have to push. Didn't see what his sector 2 split is, unsure if he's up or not. Of course, he's definitely word in my ear, he's up 2 and a bit tenths. What's that gonna give him? Yep, that's an 18.4 with Simbi, who's currently just under 2 tenths up on his PB, almost 5 tenths up on his PB. This lap time as he goes on, really good Ascari there, played it safe, didn't touch any of the curbs. Now it's just a breaking point. How late can he brake? How much late after that 50 meter was he going to brake? Fucking late that was. Basically this looks like it's going to be pole. As he crosses the line, it wasn't it wasn't by as much as I thought it was. Simbi, so from what Slay is telling me, Simbi lost about a tenth in that final sector to Reyes Zindin, so round 3 it'll be all up for grabs between them two, I think. As Pierre Oliver on board with him now, he's looking to improve on his current P7. He's almost 4 tenths up on his PB. Oh, sliding his way out of Ascari. Hopefully that doesn't kill the momentum down. This is a long straight to a Parabolica. Good lap, PRO 19.3. As we get to think, we've got a few cars on our laps. T-Lock's just finishing his lap. He's almost 6 tenths up on his PB. Yeah, that still keeps him in P12. And GT Fanatic, the lone soldier, the lone wolf on the medium tires. So with all that being said, we've lost 1, 2, 3, 5 cars. I think all of them through this terminal damage. There are a few places here that you can bin it. So around 3 minutes to go. GT's finished that lap. I thought he may have powered into the pits. To see cars wait until the last possible moment to set their final run. As I say that, we've got Callum. Callum doesn't want to get involved in any of the commotion we tend to see here at Monza in final qualifying. Getting a lap in early, nicely through the second chicane. Oh, the turn in there was great. Oh my God, he's been it into the wall. He did turn in aggressively, and I did think he was able to hold it, but the rear tyres thought otherwise. So with 2 minutes to go, we've got 3, 6, 7 drivers still in the pits. As a few cars are starting to make their way out. Top 3 are not out yet. So Ray's out, Lil Jim's out. They have left it tight. Simvi, I think he's done. He's definitely done. He's not going to be able to get a lap in. Simvi is going to be tight for time, and Lil Jim is going to have to put in a qualifying lap. Is something gonna make it before the time it hits 0. Right. As you flip through all the drivers, I'll try to keep you all as updated as I can. Spaceman's only driver currently on a hot lap. Braking into the second chicane, rise the curb, doesn't invalidate there. Going through Lesmo, 1, he slung that in. It invalidates on the exit. He's going to be fuming with himself. So we've got PR Oliver now. The next car on track. Through Lesmo 1, which has taken a few drivers, a little wiggle on exit, but all good. Lesmo 2 keeps it within bounds. DRS. How late is he going to brake? I think one extra downshift, one downshift too many maybe. It looks like it's a good lap though. And coming to the final point on this lap, gets to the apex well, hangs it as wide as he could. PR Oliver doesn't improve. It's 10th down on his PB. We can see he's a 10th down on his PB. We've got Ray's in there as he approaching Parabolica, 2/10 up on his PB. Is this going to be good enough for pole position? And it is a 180.286. Love that. That was a clutch moment there from Ray. Spaceman puts it up into P4. Great lap from him. He's going to be thrilled with that. David Joe's going to be counting his lucky chickens that he's only lost 1 position to where he was before he retired. don't think anyone else is finishing a lap. There we have it. Ray Zundin. He left it late. Simbi, I don't know what happened there. He just didn't go out for his final run. Maybe thought he had it in the bag. And Simbi starting now in P2 with Ray Zundin putting in a 1:18.286. What a lap. And there is the classifications. Lil Jim P3, Spaceman impressive P4, David Joel retired for the session P5, PR Releva 6, BMC 7, Callum 8, Jinnah 9, and Mogi in P10. Got, yeah, I think it was Desert Rat behind Daddy Pig. So I'm not getting access to all the data. Or maybe I'm not doing something right. I think I've sorted it. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I'm in the dashboard now. So as the drivers do their final preparations, any tweaks to their strategies. Just waiting for the last driver to connect up. Yep. As we make our way onto the formation lap. Important this. As we lost, I think, PR Oliver. Any contact in the formation lap will send your car back to the grid, and it's cold tyres for you. Fortunately for him, he's not going to have optimal tyre temperatures as the cars now start to ghost through themselves. It does kind of weird me out. I know it is a game, but when we get on the formation laps and cars start to go through each other, yeah. Yep, as the final car is made its way, as the lights go out, Codemaster's glitch. Let's wait for a few seconds. And away we go. Relatively equal starts for the front guys. Whoa, no, Lil Jim is a mega start. He's already gotten in front of Sim V. Around the outside, looking to get cut back. A bit of carbon fiber. Definitely there's been a little bit of damage there. Nothing, I think, terminal. No car spinning. So that was relatively clean for the most difficult turn 1-2 complex sim racing. Oh, Ray's already managed to pull a second. Lil Jim managed to jump Sim D, and it looks like we have lost what Spaceman's tumbling down the order. Lost a few positions there, and is in danger of losing. Another one out to Mogi. Yep. As I'm hearing, Jin has got wing damage. We've got T-Lock who's managed to overtake him, but looks like he's given back to position. Maybe an overtake off track, and he's now lost two extra positions there. T-Lock, Pro Oliver has taken, and yep, Jenner is in the pits. Damage was too much for him to continue with, as David Dijol, BMC going side by side, going turn 1. BMC rightfully gives the racing room there to David Dijol. Trying for the cutback, not using his ERS as Davide is. So some long-term thinking there, maybe from BMC. Now, Mogi's made his way past Spaceman. Spaceman's tumbling down the order, being absolutely swamped. Not sure if he's got any damage on this front wing. Making our way back towards the front of the pack. Simbi still hounding Lil Jim, and with that happening, Ray's now managed to pull 2.5 seconds. As say that, sets fastest laps are tumbling. 1:22.6 from David Dijol. So this is some exceptional pace now from these drivers. So from our intel, all I'm hearing is that Mogi's got damage, bit of damage on his front left, which could be the reason what's contributing to his immediate recent lack of pace here in the last half a lap or so. Penalties already on the board for Spaceman, and is that a speeding and the pit lane penalty for Jinnah? Yep, 5 seconds. It must be for Jinnah, who's recently picked up what needs to change his front wing. And Simbi is I feel like he's stuck at the moment. He's all over the back of Lil Jim, easily staying within half a second or less. But it is And it is weird to say, even though there are loads of straights and everything like that, it's not the easiest track to overtake, particularly when you are having to manage your ERS. But Simvi's gotta make an overtake sooner or later, because if he doesn't, Ray's just gonna keep running away and absolutely dominate this. And say that Simvi's got what I think is probably the best run he's had so far. Closing into, oh, and we've lost Daddy Pig. Did he lose it on the exit? Oh, Ascari. Oh, yep, and there is his pink car on the exit. Ascari. Is that gonna trigger a safety car? Let's flip back to Simvi. Simvi got alongside Lil Jim. Not managed to make the overtake stick. Spaceman looks like he's sorted out his act. After a few dodgy laps there, he's pulled a nice overtake there on Pro Oliver going into turn 1 and 2. So 5 laps in, let's see who the biggest winners and losers are. So no real big losers other than Jinner, who's lost 4 positions, Spaceman, who's lost 3, but we could see the fact that he was tumbling down the grid in lap 2, lap 3, and BMC looks like to be the biggest winner with GT Fanatic, having made up 4 positions. And as I say that, Pro Oliver makes a mistake on the exit of Ascari, which gives GT Fanatic the opportunity to get alongside and makes the overtake stick going into Parabolica. But is that going to be a poison chalice, that overtake going into Parabolica? Pro Oliver's now going to have the RS and the overspeed's there. GT Fanatic is on the inside. They are going in side by side. GT breaks in deep, defends that really well, braked deep, braked hard, kept that position well. He's made up 6 positions from his starting post. Same story at the front. Lil Jim has got a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. So this is gonna compound the pain for Simvi, who is now theoretically 3 seconds ahead of Lil Jim, but has to drive to his speed as he's not able to make this overtake stick. Let's stay with them for, or at least going into turn 1, turn 2. Simvi's got a DRS. Only a dab of overtake, so is Simvi happy to stay behind Lil Jim? Well, let's have a little peek on the ERS here on the game. 51%, about 50% there for Lil Jim, and about 30% now for Simvi. So Lil Jim looks like he's the one driving to a delta, managing his ERS. Three-second penalty. That's another 3-second penalty there for Lil Jim. Oh, as Lil Jim bins it on the exit. He bins it on the exit. Oh, he's retired. Lil Jim is out, and who bins that with him? Spaceman's binned it in the same place. Literally in the same place. Oh, that's a safety car. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was So Ray in the pit, Sim in the pit. You. So we've got Pro Olivers on the mediums, but majority are. General consensus is hard for the majority to grid, but there are a few outliers. Most notably, our race leader in Ray Zinden. So let's maybe start doing some quick maths here. Nope, Desert Rat hasn't pitted. All right, Desert Rat has yet to pit it. He started on the mediums. Those mediums can at least easily do 16 laps. 16 laps you can get from this. So with those mediums, and one of the interesting things about this new data that we've got access to is what we can see, and Slayer is telling me that Desert Rat's got about 30% wear on his 7-lap-old mediums, and that's about right. That's all right. I think his mediums will probably still be faster than the hards of the cars behind. Theoretically, I think the game strategy is a softs to mediums, pitting on lap 11 at the optimal time. So with that all being said, and considering the fact that we've got a safety car that usually is out for average 2 laps, maybe 3, Ray Zinden looks like he may be alright. On the softer compound, his tyres will be in a bad way towards the end of the race, last 5 laps or so. Alright. It's these decisions that we all have to make when a safety car comes out. So whether or not you can stretch out the medium tyres or be a little bit conservative and going for the R tyres. And the weather is definitely going to be maybe a contributor, with the majority of the grid going on hard. I think it's not likely for it to rain, or if rain was on the horizon, I definitely think we'll see a lot more cars on either mediums or even softs. But it is an overcast day, and the hard tyres do operate better in I think the colder conditions. So let's see how that all works out. Safety car is in this lap. The Raisin, and yeah. So let's have a look at the position changes before we go green after the safety cars. Yep, as I said, Desert Rat up 13, but yet to have pitted. As Ray now he goes early. Desert Rat has not kept up. He was completely asleep. Up, and the cars behind, I think, are being delayed by the game. I think that's the blue card there. It's Callum. Callum has lost a part of his front wing. No, you're right. Yeah, it is BMC. BMC has lost a part of his wing, and as him and Callum go side by side going through the chicane, Callum. Oh, BMC into the wall. Oh, BMC into the rubble and then across the road into the wall. Oh my god, that was David Dejo's managed to somehow keep his front wing nice and safe. Callum's got a ton of pressure behind him as David Dejo's got the overspeed. Callum covering the inside. Oh, this is going to be dangerous. This is going to be scary as David breaks, goes deep, goes off track. Is he going to get an illegal overtake for that? Is he going to get the illegal overtake for that? Yep. I think he may have. Yep, he lifted off. So he's managed to slot nicely back in front of PR Oliver and not lose a position there. Overspeed here for David Dejo. Oh, he's ahead. Callum's not going to be able to fight that, and overtake stuck. As you look further down the field, battling everywhere for Ginner, who's all over the back of Mogi now. Stay on board with him. He's on the inside going into the second chicane. Is he gonna sling it in? No, Mogi gives him a bit of room, but thinks otherwise as BMC retires and leaves the session. Oh, got in for him. There's contact there, I think, has let Gino with no right end plate there. He's been in the wars today, hasn't he? Cycling back further to the front. Simvi's been in this position all race. Stuck in third. A bit quicker than the guy in second. But yep, he's now able to use DRS and the ERS to make the overtake on Desert Rat and chase down Ray Zundin, who's managed to pull out almost a 4-second lead. Safety car's only been out like back in for the lot for 2 laps. I was going back into the midfield. Now I've got Callum's next opposition in Pro Oliver. Now 3-second pen for Desert Rat. With now Mogi, who's looking to apply the pressure on King Eskimo. King Eskimo has fallen out of the DRS of GT Fanatic as Mogi looks to send one in on the inside, and a little bit of contact with King Eskimo on their way in, but pulls off the overtake as Guinness now managed to get a mega run on King Eskimo. Eskimo covering the racing line, not wanting to send it. So yeah, with that front wing damage, he doesn't want to pit. He's already on the hards. He's got no choice but to stay out. And that being said, Eskimo is trying to pull the overtake around, and Eskimo all over the curbs, and Ginner managed to get the drive and pulls away. So all aboard. There's a bit of a train we've got here. We've got Callum heading that train up. Pro Oliver on the medium tyres as he little lock up going into lap 2. GT Fanatic on the hard, and there's a bit of a gap ahead and behind this pack as Callum picks up a 3-second penalty. I think Mogi as well. Ascari is, I'm gonna need to remember it for my race. Don't get penalties in Ascari.
It seems like that's where they're all happening. Yeah. The entry of Ascari is so it makes you want to just cut that bit of AstroTurf, doesn't it? And everyone's falling, or a few drivers falling for that tonight. As Pro Oliver closes up on Callum, but his medium tyres aren't giving him enough purchase to be able to pull an overtake. On board with the one driver who's yet to have pitted, Desert Rat. He's doing a good job. He's the only one to be on this strategy to not have pitted on the safety car, and he's showing decent pace. So missed that, but what went on there with Eskimo and Mogi, but positions have swapped. Mogi's now in the back of that little three-way going on there. But no, it's back to Desert Rat. On those medium tyres they started on, approach him, just gone about 50% wear, as per the data. And he's gonna probably be thinking of making a pit stop sooner or later. That's at least second wing change for Jenna now. He's been in the wars tonight, hasn't he? Back on board with Pro Oliver. This is the closest sort of battle. Sorry, Desert Rat. I think may have made a mistake. Desert Rat's been disconnected. Desert Rat has been disconnected. His car is ghosting. David Deschaux was closed up because the gap between himself was quite sufficient. Let's see if I can send at least an invite. Yeah. Well. Okay, one. Let's see if we can get him back in. But yeah, Desert Rat has lost him. We've got a virtual safety car. I'm not sure what would have triggered that. Nope, it'd have been, I think, T-Luck's retirement. Not sure where he will retire. Yeah, we've got a virtual safety car. This is Desert Rat. If Desert Rat was in his car, this would have been the perfect time for him to have pitted. If Desert Rat had not been disconnected, and we are green, DRS is back enabled. See from Discord, Desert Rat is asking for an invite. We have sent him. I have sent him one. Slayer, could you send him another one? Okay, I'll send him another one. No worries. I need to get him back in as soon as possible. Oh, as Desert Rat pits now, or I think that would have been his AI who would have forced him to pit. There, as Callum's managed to extend the, when I say extend the gap, release a little bit of the pressure from Pro Oliver, and in us as well. GT Fanatic has as well dropped off, and I think he lost. Yeah, he's out of DRS now. So pretty spaced out. Only real sort of battle is here with Pro Oliver chasing down Callum with GT Fanatic, he's second behind him. Still on board here with Pierre Oliver, still looking to make an impression. He just seems like he's stuck. It's definitely that turbulent air going through that middle sector with the two chicanes, the Lesmos, and also Ascari. We've seen a number of drivers bin it coming out of Ascari, going into Ascari, halfway through Ascari. So, Gino's just here picked up another 3 second pen, and let's just have a look at what the situation of penalties are. Yep, Deseret looks at his joints. I think he's trying to get back in. He has pitted. Well, his AI is pitted. But yeah, we've got a few 3 seconds. 3 seconds for Deseret, for Mogi, and for Callum, and 6 seconds there for Jinar. So we've got access to warnings. Nice. So yeah, I've been told, yeah, we've got access to how many warnings each drivers are on, and Simbi and David Dijol currently flirting with their first 3 second penalty. Both have got 2 warnings, 1 more, and they'll be slapped with a 3 second. And important thing to note, when you are coming towards an end of a long race like this, and it's funny how a 50% race with 30 odd laps could just come down to a 5-lap sprint with the late safety cars. Yeah, I think Deseret's, retired in the pits. Yep, they're retired in the pits. Yeah. 100%. Got big gaps, everyone's spaced across. The only gap I see now closed up is Eskimo and Ginnar. Right, is it round 3, round 4 between these two? It seems like they've been battling all race. I'm not sure, I think Ginnar may have pitted or Eskimo may have pitted. Have a look at the pit. Yeah, I think Eskimo has made a second pit stop, but he's on the hards. And these, how old are these tyres? 3 laps, yeah. Okay, yeah, he's just recent. So, P. Oliver's in the pits. Yeah, I thought it was damage. He did fall off the back of Callum. They were battling for a number of laps. Unfortunately, no telemetry for P. Oliver. Yeah, on the soft, looking to maybe go for a fastest lap, and Skinner, as he's come out just behind Skinner and in front of King Eskimo. He is on a set of softs. Are they fresh softs or are they used softs? Brand new. We don't have that, and we don't have that. We don't have his data. So let's assume that. Oh, Jenna, was he into the gravel? Yeah. Not a good race here for Jenna, but it is a great race so far for our pole man, and led every lap so far. If he does get the fastest lap, he will have the Grand Slam. Current fastest lap is, yep, with him. Yeah, so yeah, Pre-Oliver definitely will have something to say about that. Fresh set of softs. Let's go on board with Pre-Oliver, and he looks to set and go for the fastest lap of the race. Braking deep into turn one. Oh, tank slapper on the exit there. It's fuming. Oh, hold the ERS for next lap. No point going for it now. Simbi's from the telemetry. Simbi's low on fuel. Gonna have to manage it for the last five laps of the race. Four as they've just crossed the start finish line. Yes. Spaced out. Yeah, a safety car would be great now, but the likes of Ray and Simbi and David Dejol will probably say otherwise. Got to think about the penalty situation. Callum with a 3-second penalty, currently just under 5 seconds ahead of GT Fanatics. He's going to want to be able to hold that gap to the end of the race. Jinna's going to drop behind King Eskimo with this lot of penalty. So PR Oliver, let's see what attempt 1 of forward is. So he's put in, yeah, 22.7, which yeah, it's just about 2/10 shy of the fastest lap, only held by. Yep, DRS has been definitely, ERS has definitely been used on this back straight on the approach to Parabolica. Good exit. Yep. 19, 20, 21. Boom. Fastest lap. And that takes the fastest, the fastest lap point away from Ray Zindon, and also takes away the, the acclaim of have like the Grand Slam, pole position, lead every lap, win the race with the fastest lap. Yeah, Mogi's thinking like Pro Oliver is. Slap on a set of softs and he goes purple into sector 1 and try to take the fastest lap point. All the drivers here finishing the race, gonna get points. The higher race. From the intel, from the Slayer, 3/10 up on PR Oliver's time. How is he on time to Pro Oliver now? He's currently 1.6 seconds up on his PB. This looks like it's a rapido lap here from Mogi as he crosses the line. 1:21.2 below Pro Oliver's lap time there, out of the water, 6/10 quicker. That was great, I'm not gonna lie, with the lull in the intervals between the drivers, having those two go out there and basically go for quali laps is definitely gave us a bit to talk about and get our teeth into. Back on board with our leader. 9-second lead now from SimV. I think it's just now all about just bringing the car home for everyone here. Just scoop up the points that you have earned so far. There's not much that's going to change unless someone absolutely bins it. Seeing if Ray is gonna have anything to say about Mogi taking his fastest lap. Bit of ERS, not a lot though. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna get some DRS from this lap car. I think it's BMC's ghosted lap car. So that should, if I'm right in saying, give him DRS. Yep. So he's gonna go for fastest lap. Brakes deeply going into the chicane, takes a lot more curb on the second half part of that chicane than I thought he would have. ERS dumping it now. Not a purple sector 1. Short shift into 6. Down to 4th, and the Lesmo up to 5th. Lesmo 2. He's dumping in the RS now. That's going to give him in that middle sector. Yeah, he's down on his own PBs. Just doesn't have the grip or the ERS to take that. But regardless of that, as nice as the fastest lap would have been, he would have been here for the 25 points and would have taken this if he gave them this before the race. As Ray Zinden weaving across the line, wins the race by a good 10 seconds. Simvi doing well on those hard tyres. Probably be a little bit annoyed that he didn't go for the more aggressive medium tyre strategy. David Dijol with his crash in qualifying takes the final place on the podium. Great drive here from Callum. Callum in P4. Oh my. GT fanatic. Also, he'll be happy with that. 5th place for him. And our 2 speedsters here. Pro Oliver is 4/10 up on his PB. Is this going to be enough to take the fastest lap from Mogi? No. As Mogi 15 overtakes. So I'm hearing that in this race 15 overtakes for PR Oliver. I think just some damage ruined his race. He was definitely on course for at least a top 4 finish. Big congratulations there to Rhea. Great dominant drive there. Bold with his strategy to go for the mediums. From what Slayer tells me, they were, I think, about 70% at the end of the race on the rears. So good management there from him, and great drive there from also the other 2 drivers there on the podium. Simvi coming in 2nd, David Dijol 3rd. There's the classifications. A lot of cars lost it, terminal damage, and did not finish. So everyone there has scored points today, which they'll all be pleased about. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to digging into the data and the info. Thank you to Slayer tonight for joining me and feeding me the info in my ear. Really appreciate that, and yeah, I hope you all enjoy the coverage, enjoy the race, and look forward to seeing you here again same time next week, and catch our tier 1 stream hosted by Seb Boa at 9 o'clock.